Now at 6, in a crisis in the classroom report, the state's largest school district is launching new rules for how to respond if immigration officers are seen near a school. Good evening, I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Nam. This comes about a week after 6 South Seattle schools went into a shelter-in-place after unfounded rumors of federal agents near school property. KOMO's Jackie Kent just spoke with the interim superintendent about what families can expect. Jackie?
Yeah, and I spoke with Fred Podesta. It is his last full week as the head of Seattle Public Schools before the new superintendent takes over. He acknowledged the district needs to offer more supports for families and school leaders.
We think schools are safe. They're a safe place to be.
A message Seattle Public Schools interim superintendent Fred Podesta is trying to drive home during a time of uncertainty and anxiety for many families, and as immigration enforcement ramps up around the country.
We don't want anybody to be afraid to come to school because we're trying to be prepared for something.
District leaders at a recent board meeting said SPS is launching a report or rumor of immigration enforcement protocol.
One of the issues we're butting up against, and I think many school districts are, is what happens if there are things potentially going on in the neighborhood. And so that's where, as staff, we came up with this protocol.
This comes days after 6 South Seattle campuses went into a modified lockdown over reports of possible ICE activity nearby, though no officers were ever found. It's also among the changes parents and teachers have been asking for. A special educator from Aki Kurosi Middle School said the majority of students in her class did not come to school the day after that shelter in place.
There has not been any type of district curriculum or suggestions of how you could develop conversations with your students, how they can ask about what their rights are. At the end of the day, I don't want to see my student running down the hallway screaming, "Miss Jella, I don't want to be killed. I don't want to lose my family." We have to do better.
Under the new rules, staff who see or hear about immigration activity near a school should immediately inform the principal and make a report to safety and security teams. From there, security will convene a central response team and a school leader. In a one-on-one interview with KOMO News, Podesta explained they will ID any potential safety concerns and determine how to respond. What work is the district doing with community partners to help with the response and communication if there is a threat?
In talking to the mayor's office, they've talked about kind of having a weekly check-in or some sort of regular group that they can facilitate because they get the same kinds of questions.
And those community partners include SPD, transit officials, and leaders from King County and the city of Seattle. Families and SPS can expect to get an email about this updated plan, and school staff are set to be trained on it tomorrow. I'll send it back to you.
Jackie, what is the current protocol if federal agents go into a school?
That is a good question. So school staff, whether that's at the front desk or anybody else who may see these officers, is told to ask them to stay outside of school buildings and only stay in public areas like parking lots or even a lobby. Then they would go and get a principal because these officials aren't allowed to enter any areas without permission from a school leader. If there is a scenario where that officer has a warrant to make an arrest, as an example, then that would be vetted by school legal staff. I'll send it back to you.
Jackie, thank you.